Today in Dublin City sees the opening of Open House, where architectural sites in Dublin open their doors for the general public that wouldn't normally be open. However, in this morning's Irish Times, a letter which was written by a number of eminent architects criticised one of the sites which was being opened because of a particular project that was happening related to the Israel and Palestine conflict.
Open House is an event that's held every year now at this time in October. And it's not just Dublin, it's held in other big towns in Ireland. And it's a weekend when a lot of buildings that are normally closed to the public are opened up to the public, including private houses. So it is an absolutely wonderful event.
The Civic Trust is a charity which promotes architectural heritage, Dublin heritage. And this year they're hosting an event sponsored by the Israeli Embassy, which is a kind of liaison between Dublin and Tel Aviv. The controversy is that in their invitation they claim that Tel Aviv emerged from the sands, whereas we know that Tel Aviv was built on top of 4 Palestinian villages, which were basically cleared out in 1948. So this goes completely against the principles of Dublin Civic Trust, which is architectural and heritage protection and preservation. And these villages have been erased from the Israeli scene. There's no recognition of them or of Palestinian heritage in Israel.
I think they've made a terrible mistake here today and this weekend in inviting the Israeli Embassy in to sponsor an event which is celebrating the city of Tel Aviv and inviting the citizens of Dublin to send postcards to the citizens of Tel Aviv. It's a whitewash for Israeli policy of wiping out the architectural heritage of the Palestinian people, since it's been doing since as far back as 1948.
Normally, culture and heritage, those general themes of culture and heritage, they don't always come so close to issues of social justice and human rights. I mean, they are always connected, but it isn't always obvious why questions of culture and artistic heritage, for example, or architectural heritage, are matters of human rights. But they are, and this really shows it to be the case, because the connection is very strong here. And this is why it's incredible that Dublin Civic Trust would have hosted this without being sensitive to this question, to the connection between social justice and heritage.
I have been to Israel and Palestine on 2 occasions, and I've seen the destruction that the Israeli government carries out, both within Israel itself and within the occupied territories of the West Bank. Israel continuously uses a policy of demolition of buildings as a method of punishing Palestinians. There are almost 100 villages within 1948 Israel that aren't on the map, very simply because they're Palestinian villages, and they have to struggle for basic rights in terms of getting basic infrastructure in to protect their buildings and their own lives. So that's the kind of contradiction that we have here, and the Civic Trust in particular should really be aware of this and should not have got involved with this event.